The drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, Shane Mickle should be signing momentarily. We got Damian Sosh, Wayne Scott, Zawacky, and Alex Smart. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Smart, Sosh, Mickle, Scott, Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. All right, NBA on the board tonight, 5-game card. Lots of action here from college basketball as well. We're also looking at some action on the ice on the card as well. So let's go ahead and we'll get the show underway. Let's welcome back in here Alex Smart. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. We'll bring Alex in right now here to start Tuesday. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. Well, what's going to happen? We're going to attack some NBA, and we're going to look at the Knickerbockers playing, we'll call them the crosstown rivals, the Brooklyn Nets. Wow, man. All I can say about Brooklyn is, the other night, and they had a great start to that game. They were leading late, and then what did they do? They fell apart. They looked exhausted. I've never seen a more winded team. It wasn't they were just standing around. They were winded on top of it. They allowed, I think it was 22 straight points to finish that game. And those of us who had 11 and a half barely cashed, didn't really deserve to at that point. But you're going to take it. I had the 11 and a half. I know there's lots of 11s out there, and man, that was frustrating. But what's going to affect the Brooklyn Nets here tonight as they take on crosstown rivals? Can they jump back into the fray? Can they move forward? Man, these guys don't even have any life in them. 16 of their last 19. So how can a team like this bounce back? I think they're finished. I think Vaughn needs to go. But let's look at this closer at a closer level here, and let's go. So the Knicks, they're off a double-digit win last time out. They're playing great. They've won 9 of their last 11. If you're on the road, they're being asked to cover. But Thibodeau's teams are 13-16 ATS as a favorite over the few years he's been with the team. And this year, they're 7-3 ATS with a +4 per game differential. So, there we are. The lines makers obviously know what they're doing here. Miss favorite too. Like I said, Brooklyn has failed to cover 16 of their last 19, and they've lost 15 of 19 overall after a fast start. They're not well conditioned. I can say that this is not a well conditioned basketball team, and that goes on Vaughn. Giving up 40 points to the LA Clippers in the last quarter. There's no excuse for it. No matter care how much better the Clippers, than the Nets. No way. Anyway, Vaughn's failed to cover 19 of his last 26 when playing against a good team. HC Vaughn. Win percentage of 60 to 70% in the second half. This in all games in his career. So that's telling you this coach just seems to fall the wheel. Country club atmosphere in the locker room, which I've been told is the situation with from an SRS, by the way, is a simple rating system, a rating system that takes into account average point differential and schedule. It's a rating that's denominated points above below average, where 0 is average. Now, from this example, I'm going to give the Knicks 8 in SRS in the league with a 430, while the Nets are ranked 20. 185 SRS. That tells you everything you really need to know about this game. Hey, games are not won on paper, but just looking at momentum, looking at both teams, look at this and you're going to say, hey, it's the Knicks that deserve to be favorites. The lines makers agree. The public even agrees here, it looks like, and lots of smart money piled in on this one. And it's the Knicks.
All right, we got to Alex here on the Knicks here. And go ahead and lay the 3.5, and the 4 is at the sharpest book in the world, which tells you the sharp people agree with the Knicks, because that's the only area where you can get the Nets plus the 4 is the money definitely coming on the Knicks here. Everybody is 3.5 right now, except the sharpest book in the world. As I look through all the lines here right now, and that seems to be the case. And people always say when they play the lean. When the sharpest book in the world is one number and everybody else is half the other way, then you know what to do in those situations. That lean has been around for some time there, Alex.
That's great. Absolutely, absolutely. Don't fight the markets. Whatever you do, don't fight the markets, and go with your edges. No matter where your gut takes you. Remember, yeah, sometimes your intuition's pretty good, but when you look at the numbers, lines rarely make mistakes. Looking at things in a logical way, you're not going to make as many. Logic is tough to come by these days, though, and and sometimes just bad luck sort of bounces back at you. So that is the sports betting industry. Like they say, Vegas was not built on us beating them on a consistent basis. So there are some of us that do it consistently. So follow us. We'll give you a little bit better chance at beating Vegas, which is, well, I call it Vegas, but it's everywhere now, obviously. But you know what I'm trying to say, guys? Hey, just follow us. You'll be all right. You want to do it on your own? Hey, man, good luck.
That's right. Good luck. Alex has been at this years, and he knows all about this. He may be part. Are you part of any groups? Have you ever been part of some of these big betting groups where you guys put together tons of money and move it?
Yeah, without mentioning names, some of the names. I was part of some groups back in the old days. Actually, up in Canada, there was we attacked pro card back and made some back in the old days, and a few other little groups in between there. But now it's just me and you, guys. Just me and you.
Me and you. That's right. That's right. you ever in touch with our man old Billy Walters, where he gives you those eyes, he gives you like this? You ever had that? I've had that. He's done that to me before. I was a little too nervous to get involved with him, but you ever had that look from him?
I talked to Billy Walters before, and guy is a real interesting dude. But a lot of people don't know this about Walters and their group. What was it called? Anyway,
computer group.
Yeah. They were. I mean, these guys were laying down millions of bucks, spreading it around, obviously. But they didn't have many games a year. They were really centered on what they were doing, and took their edges when they could. Made a lot of money.
Yeah. Always looking for beards, man. Always on the lookout. So it's right.
Remember Ross? I talked to Ross, and actually, in the hotel room just before he passed away. He was a real interesting older guy. Anyway, without getting into it, yeah, there was a lot of characters in Vegas that really show you the way. And one of the things I wish I could remember his name now. Greatest baseball bettors of all time. When I can remember reading about him, and he had this run, this amazing run that lasted like 3 years, and he made a lot of money, 50s or 60s. Do you know who I possibly am talking about?
Oh yeah, there's a few names.
He lost thing within one summer.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, that was boy. That does ring a bell. The name just escapes from now. It's been that long. Yeah, it's been a while.
I'll get it next time we come on.
Yeah, that's right. So
that's the business. The greatest handicappers in the world sometimes go on bad runs.
Yeah, that'll happen, no doubt. And Billy had a share of good handicappers working around him, and if he would read his book, a lot of his interviews. Now he's coming forward with a lot, but I do believe he's trying to regroup everybody together, though. I got that feel when I was there last year and kind of ran into him. Got that, give you those eyes, and I said, "Oh boy, this guy's he's trying to put together his beers, put together back his team." I just have a feeling he wants to get back into the arena as strong as he was before. Although he's playing it low, he's playing it a little low, but I think he's still up to something. All right, as long as you're living this life, I don't think he's going to get away from it.
You guys are quiet, man. You remember? We'll finish up. Remember Boston?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
College basketball. He was amazing, man. And he was amazing so long with college basketball. He destroyed it, and then once again had a bad run. I'm not trying to focus on people's bad runs. I'm just trying to say, when you're making a lot of money, try to do something. And this is for all our clients. Anybody who wants to listen to what I say. When you're making money in this business, okay, whatever you're doing, some of that money and reinvest it. Make that money. What do they say?
Diversify.
Money. Diversify.
In real estate. That's how I always tell people, what's your big spell? Big spell was in real estate. And they look at me like, that to me is what I would rather put. I put large volumes of cash into real estate. And you can't beat it over a You just can't when you get into that big dollars like that, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And that's yeah, it's great for our club. No, because say they had with a handicapper this winter, last ever, and they've had 2 years in a row, and they just made so much. Yeah. Anyway, must be.
You know how much I've gotten Goose pissed off when I say I'm putting that kind of money into real estate. We get pissed. The guy used to get pissed off at me. I said, sorry. I'd rather have several units a month coming in passive income. I love that.
Absolutely. This is all part of it. You create money. You create money. Say you from gambling. We'll call it gambling. We'll call it whatever you want to call it. But you take it and you diversify, and like you did, and it's the smartest in your life.
Absolutely, no doubt. All right, Alex here on the Knicks here. I like the 3.5. You'll find 3 now. The sharpest book in the world is now 3.5. So there's been some buyback there, Alex, as we speak. 3.5 here, and this one here. So that's the start time here, 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium here. For nice action, NBA on the board, lots of action on the ice, lots of college hoops as well. Alex is doing great work here. You see the numbers, 1,241 units of profit last 30 days. What do you have going over at Pick Dog Premium?
So we've got some college basketball tonight, 5-pack on board. We've got the late gamers and Lakers in LA, obviously, and have some NHL action on board as well. So a full spectrum of money-making opportunities on board, and let's rock and roll and move forward from here. And I've already got this weekend's football. I'll put it into a 3-pack, condensed it all together this week. The Kansas City game, and San Francisco, and I got a side and total on the first game, the KC Baltimore game, and the Sexroy in San Francisco. I had a side wager, so just all put together for everybody. So join me, let's make some money, and look forward to Super Bowl.
That's right, guys. I get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Premium. You see the great results here from Alex, 1,241 units of profit last 30 days. So get on board. And, of course, that 1 month pass is a great way to go. You get the remainder of the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl, all that college hoops, all the NBA, all the hockey right now. Use that promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great discussions with you. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Nice seeing you, Tony. Take care, buddy.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the drive. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's bring in someone who's been absolutely red hot on the site for several months now. It's been Damian Sosh. Has some time now. Bring him in here on the drive to catch him over at Pick Dog Premium. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Doing good. I mean, the way you've been running, you should probably have several houses now.
Yeah, right. I wish.
Oh, man. It's been a massive run here last year, this year. Oh, my God. It's been on fire. You've seen him on top of leaderboards for year to date as well. Tonight, it's going to be from Damian. It's going to be actually college hoops. So we'll get the college hoops bar up here for you right now. Here, I know you're going to be looking at this Kentucky game with South Carolina.
Yeah, heading to the SEC conference here. Kentucky's really dominated the all-time series here with South Carolina. 54 wins to just 14 losses. But South Carolina, though, they won 3 of the last 6 meetings between these two schools. That includes beating Kentucky last year at Rupp, 71-68. When you look at these teams on paper, Kentucky's definitely the better team.
Oh, looks like we might have lost Damian or lost. Yeah, that's right. We lost connection there from Damian, I believe.
It is debut last. Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep going. We got your signal back.
Okay, got it. Ivicic, he made his debut last Saturday for Kentucky. He played very well. South Carolina, they're a team here that's outside the top 25. They're actually picked to finish last in the SEC. It's kind of hard to believe that right now because when you look at the record, they're 15-3 in the season. A win tonight, in my opinion, definitely gets them inside the top 25. South Carolina, their team, they really like to slow things down. That doesn't mean, though, that they're not capable of scoring and getting to the hoop. If there's not one knock on Kentucky here, it's their defense. They're giving up 86 points per game on the road, and they have trouble keeping the ball in front of them. And I think that's something that the guards here of South Carolina can exploit, especially Michi Johnson and Talon Cooper. Both of them, they're super quick. They're capable of beating their man off the dribble. Johnson had 26 points last year in South Carolina's win at Rupp over Kentucky. Calipari, he's just 5-4 when playing out at South Carolina. His teams have lost 2 of their last 3 in Columbia. I think this is going to be another close game, and I like the points here with South Carolina.
All right, Damon says go ahead, take South Carolina +5, +5.5. You can find 5.5s out there, plenty up there. Sharpest book in the world has 5 out there, and that's the sharp way is the way Damon's rolling, because you see 5 there, but that's the sharpest book in the world. And I'm seeing 5.5s in many places you can take advantage of. There's actually a 6 in Vegas for some reason, 1-6. So, but still, I believe this is definitely the sharp play here is with South Carolina +5.5. As I said, you can find that number in many places right now. It's been a pretty good start of the year here for South Carolina. Winning 15 of their 18. Only one loss in the non-conference. That was to Clemson, but. The thing is, you kind of look at the schedule, though. It wasn't, other than Virginia Tech, they got a win there. They didn't play a real tough non-conference.
No, they haven't. When you look at their schedule, I guess Alabama took it to them pretty good.
Yeah.
Their other 2 losses, I believe, were 5 points. This is a team that just seems to have Kentucky's number. It's one of those, it's kind of, you can't explain it. Look at last year, this team was awful. I think they were 4-14 in the SEC. They go down to Rupp and beat Kentucky. So there's something about it. They just seem to elevate their play when they see the Kentucky come to town. And it just seems it's kind of strange. I think they slow things down, and that really frustrates a team like Kentucky that's really just seems to want to play faster and faster each time I see them out in the court. And I think that frustrates them, and South Carolina takes advantage of that again.
I've known this throughout the years with Kentucky. They always have trouble on the road early. The first part of their non-conference, they always have trouble with those road games.
Yeah, and like I said, I think this is another one of those instances. South Carolina, they just have their number. Like I said, on paper, Kentucky clearly the better team. They got those 3 7-footers, but South Carolina elevates their play. They got those quick guards, and I think Kentucky's knocked their defense. And I think South Carolina plays good defense. They'll get some easy buckets here, and they're going to keep this close. I really feel that.
All right, Damon here with South Carolina +5.5 here against Kentucky. This one to have a start time tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can watch it over on the SEC Network. All right, Damon, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, as we said, Damon has been on absolute fire here. 2,298 units of profit here this year. Last 30 days, it's nearly 2,500 units of profit. All documented over at Pick Dog. You can verify those simply going to Damon's handicapper page. Go to Pick History. You'll check out every play that he's released here on the site. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Hey, Tony. We finished 2023 strong. 2024 is going just as well, if not better. Right now, I have 3 college basketball plays for sale. That's my whole card today is college basketball. Three plays that I really like a lot. They're all for sale individually. You can get them all together in my College Hoops 3-pack. Like I said, though, the long-term plans are the best way to go. If want to check me out here, buy one of those individual packages and then turn it into a 3-7 30-day plan. But the thing that I like the most there is the 2-for-1 capper deal. If you take a look up and down the leaderboards, Tony, there's some guys that are, I'm doing well. There's a lot of guys that are doing really well right now. Team me up with another one of these great cappers on the site, and let's make some money together, guys.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here for 2024. Great results the last 30 days. You've seen him atop the leaderboards for 2023. It's been an absolute tear. Get the long-term pass. That 1-month pass covers the NFL all the way to the Super Bowl, as well as all of the plays here from NBA, college hoops, NHL. With all these sports overlapping, no better time to get that 1-month pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Damon, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on the show next week. But just give me thoughts. I know you're from Philadelphia area. We know Doc Rivers spent time with the Sixers. The rumor here, Doc Rivers going to the Bucks.
Yeah, that would be interesting. You know what? I'm not a huge Doc Rivers fan.
Yeah.
I remember his time in Boston. I thought they kind of underachieved there. And then here in Philly, it was just they needed the Sixers team. They needed a coach that needed to kick them in the butt, and I think they have that now. I don't think Doc Rivers is really more of a player's coach, and I think they need somebody that's going to kick them in the butt. And and be putting up, if he's going to put up 70 every night, then they better win some basketball games.
That's right, no doubt about that. All right, Damon, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again in a few days next week.
Thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
You got Damian Sosh here on the drive to. Let's continue on our show, guys. You ever miss a pick? We'll recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on Up next, we got him in, Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, a contributor here on the site. We'll talk about that a little later in the segment. We'll bring in Shane right now. I'm looking at some Big Ten basketball for tonight, and I think we'll get him in right now. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today, Tony?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. Big Ten action night on the Peacock. You still have time on your 30-day free trial after that. You subscribe to that KC game to watch this one. Nebraska hosting Ohio State here. Nebraska, a 4-point favorite, total 148.
Yeah, this is a Nebraska team that I took against a few weeks ago when they played when they faced off against Purdue, and I'm not going to make that same mistake here. This Ohio State team is fine. They're good. I mean, decent to good at home, but on the road they've struggled. This is a team that's 0-3 on the road straight up, 0-3 against the spread, and it's not like they've been beaten. They've been playing world beaters here on the road. They lost to Penn State and they lost to Michigan, and then I escaped. The third team escapes me, but the one game that really concerns me out of those is against Penn State. Penn State against bad defensive teams wants to push the pace. And I'm not saying Ohio State's an awful defensive team, but Penn State put up 83 points at home against this team. And that Penn State offense by no means is elite. This is a Nebraska team that, especially at home, it seems once those three-pointers start falling and the crowd gets behind them, that ball, that rock starts rolling down the hill, and it's everything in their way on that offense starts falling, and I think that's what happens here. Nebraska's offense is going to be plenty good here. Ohio State's defense is going to have no answer, and they're gonna win laying the points here. Take Nebraska laying the 4 points.
All right, so I take Nebraska laying the 4 points here, and I will say here, just breaking news here, Baltre, Helton, and your man Joe Mauer, it's now going to be in the Hall of Fame. They're just announced here right now. I like Baltre when he's back in his Dodger days. But get back to this game here. Yeah, Nebraska's been solid at home. They got a really good home court advantage. It's a different Nebraska team. It's not. It's been a while since we've seen them play this competitively. But yeah, they've been something at home. I was listening to another show today from a top flight handicapper. I'm gonna give him credit because I don't want to get attacked by Cat Williams. But he said that I think it's been like since 12 straight true road losses here by Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue. This team, and it's kind of weird because I mean Ohio State's not, the arena's definitely not known for their home court advantage. So it's interesting how much they've struggled on the road. Especially, I mean, I think they were favored in that Michigan game, or maybe like 1 or 2 point underdogs, and I think they lost by 7. So this is a team that clearly struggles on the road, and this is it's a game that Ohio State really needs to win. They need one of those resume wins, because if it comes down to close when it's March Madness and they don't have any wins on the road, they're going to be left out. So they really need to find a way to win one of these games.
Yeah, they certainly do, and this is a tough one to win here the way Nebraska's been playing here. Nebraska here laying the 4 at home tonight. I don't think we have coverage on this one, but I know your boys in Minnesota in a game tonight, and they're also a home dog.
Yeah, that's a game I'm very interested. I mean, this Gophers team has been confusing. Some games they look really good, and some games they look pretty bad. But that they should have a nice crowd there at least tonight for that game. And I think I don't know if I like it, but I think Ben Johnson's done at least enough to earn himself another year, especially with the talent that's on that roster. He's got a decent recruiting class coming in, so I don't know. I mean, what that team really needs is NIL money. Go for it.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. That remember it was last year, right? When it was they were really down when their coach left, right? Patino left, it's just everyone else left.
Yeah. I still think that was a mistake. I mean, you see what Patino's doing with New Mexico. I mean, Patino is never leading the Gophers to a Final Four, but I mean, really, with the Gophers, we should be happy with around a 32 every year. I think Patino could have done that. Or, I mean, if we didn't make the NCAA tournament with Patino, we'd be making the Final Four in the NIT, which is really all you can ask for with this Gophers hoops program. And
he's got a name, and maybe could have drawn some NIL money. So there's something else to keep an eye on. Get those big name coaches. Nebraska laying the 4 here against Ohio State tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Peacock. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we have NBA. Lots of college hoops action on the board in NHL. Shane, having a pretty good last 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack up there. My 3 best basketball plays all in one package, $39.99. I'm heavy in basketball, NBA, college basketball. I'm pretty selective in NHL the last couple weeks, but when I put an NHL play up there, most of the time it's hitting. So I mean that's all you can ask for. But as always, long term is still the way to go. We still have a big weekend of NFL coming up, and then of course all the college basketball and NBA for the next 7 days. Hop on that that 7-day pass, and we can make money together for a week.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Shane Mickle over at Pick.com. Great results the last 30 days. As he mentioned, the long-term pass. We want to try out that 7 days. Get the 7 days. Covers the NFC and AFC Championship, all the NBA, NHL, college hoops action here for the week on the 7-day pass. Pick is your promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Shane, as always, great having the show. We'll catch up with you again in a couple of days. But let everybody know your rider, your written contact can be found over at Pick Dog Sports Chat.
Yeah, Pick Dog Sports Chat plays cover all the major sports over there, along with UFC and then soccer, English Premier League. So, the videos are great. I love the videos also. But make sure if you want second opinions or even third opinions, you can get the video. Go check out the opinion on Pick Dogs, and then go check out the opinion on Sports Chat Place, and then put all those stats and things, everyone that's said in the video and in the written work, and you can make your informed decision on which way you want to bet the games.
That's exactly what to do. So check out written work there from Shane over at Pick Dog Sports Chat. All right, Shane, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again in a couple of days.
Sounds good. Have a good couple of nights, everyone.
Yeah, Shane Mickle here on the drive through. Let's continue on, guys. If you ever show up late to the show, we'll always recap at the end. So stay tuned for that. Or after the show, just rewind to the beginning. Let's continue on. Wayne Scott now next here over at Pick.com. A lot of news today in the NBA coming down. But if you were a regular viewer of the drive-through, these are changes you should have seen coming, because we have been very critical about the Milwaukee Bucks defense. Been also praising our man Terry Rozier with all the injuries to Charlotte. He's a point producer. But man, I think the nail in the coffin for that Buck coach was that defensive performance. I know it was a victory for them against Detroit, but I don't know if you caught that Detroit-Milwaukee game on Saturday, but man, that was just a schoolyard beer league type of activity. That was not a good, even though they won, it was not a good look for Milwaukee defensively in that game.
Yeah, right out of the playoffs. That's one thing you sure for sure is to come in with defense and let a team like Detroit even hang in the game, which is hard to be hard for the areas. I mean, I know you got Giannis, and we still respect some of the moves y'all made in the past in that championship, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna stay without no defense in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's done to the defense. They didn't have the defense to win. To repeat, that's what it is in Milwaukee. You got to get to the finals, and they're not playing the type of defense that will even get you into the conference. I don't think the conference, the championship, the way they had been playing defensively.
With you, Tony. I don't see them making it far unless they clean that up. I mean, it's just hard. Definitely with the teams they're going against that can actually play defense. Your Phillies, your Boston. When they
Miami.
can match you up offensively, Miami too. When they can match up with you offensively and being your best players up, it's just impossible to get them done.
Yeah, they look a little long in the tooth as well, and that's we had mentioned that yesterday when we were talking about that Detroit game, and why I thought Detroit covering the spread is the fact that Milwaukee just looks so old defensively that sometimes these younger teams with that speed they can hang in these games. But that Saturday game was just a tough watch. Again, even though you're on the winning side, you can't play basketball like that. And then you can understand the moves here. And we had been critical throughout the season with this Bucks team. And of course, Rozier has been someone we've been high on. And of course, he gets moved. And tonight, we're looking forward to Florida State and Syracuse College Hoops ACC action today on ESPN2. Syracuse laying 3, total 152.
Yeah, this is going to be a solid matchup here. Both of these teams are playing solid as of right now. On Florida State, 7-3 straight up. Don't 5 and that's what I'm here for. Syracuse on the other side playing solid too, 8-2. Their last 10 straight up, and 6-4 ATS. We see Syracuse 9-0 at home, coming off a win against Miami. That was a solid win. To win, but I'm looking at the covers before that. Boston College, Pitt, Oregon. This is a solid team at home. Although they've been playing good, they just don't play the defense for me to lay with them here. That 3.5 is enough for me to lay here with them the way they've been playing defense. These Florida boys, they play well on the road, getting a win against Miami. We know that Miami is not playing as good this year, and winning Notre Dame, I don't respect that win right there. Notre Dame is not a hard place to win at right now. It hasn't been in a while to win on the road there. So this all the way from Florida to Syracuse. This is a whole different atmosphere. I will respect this Florida State team if they get there, but they're going to have to show me 3.5 isn't enough. When Syracuse wins at home, they've typically won. They're only 4-5, but they won they're 4-5 as home favorites, and 4-1 in their last 5 as home favorites. So they're starting to roll at home, and their margin in their at home. Tough one for me to take Florida State here, man. I'm on Syracuse.
All right, we got Wayne here on Syracuse. Lay the 3.5. 3 is only at the sharpest book in the world. You're not going to find 3.5s anywhere else. So you're going to have to get that 3.5 in this one. Let's see here. There's even a U.S. book that has 4.5 right now. That's a rogue number out there. Maybe a line mistake, but 3.5 everywhere else. Looks like the Sharps guys are on the Sharps aren't always going to get it right. It looks like they're on the dog side today, but mainly because they're probably looking at the Syracuse offense in conference this year, 14th in offensive efficiency, but they've had some really rough road games. I mean, ugly-looking road games, but at home it's been they've played much better at home, and they even picked up a road win at Pitt.
Yes, sir. They've been playing strong as of lately, and Pitt is definitely a solid win. As you said, that North Carolina and Duke loss, I believe that is a lot putting in them, and losers like that, I can see you putting eye into them, but at the same time, it's how you respond, and they've definitely responded well against them, definitely at home. So they've given me no reason to fade them at home. As good as Florida State has been playing, and as I stated, Florida State defense is nothing to just brag about right now. So they're gonna have to show me tonight.
Yeah, and of course they know. I always said home court advantage is very strong in college basketball. Probably the strongest, I think, Wayne, in college basketball.
Especially a place like Syracuse, man. They're going to be rocking in there. Like I said, seeing these recent wins at Miami, I give them, but that Notre Dame win, I'm not impressed. So the fact that they won their last two, and I can definitely see why people are on Florida State, but they're going to have to show me here. That's a tough task. They're coming off a loss to Clemson. Clemson is a tough team who roughs you up. Now having to travel all the way to home court environment against the team hasn't lost at home yet, and against the team who's covering as of recently, like I said, 4-1 in their last 5. All they're only 4-5 as home favorites on the season. So as of recently, they've been winning and covering at home.
Now, Florida State's having issues defensively over the past 5 games, giving up 47% shooting. It was a big disappointment last season for this Florida State team. They really fell a huge slide last year.
Yes, sir. They had the talent. They just seemed to not be able to make that next step, as Tony mentioned. They get on runs, but then they get on losing runs too. So it's they just. I don't know if it's a talent issue. I know their coach has been doing better, but at the same time, we still haven't seen. We see them being pesky. We see them trying to chip away at some of these top teams that have been top at ACC for a while, but they just haven't been able to get it done yet.
All right, Wayne here on Syracuse here. Lay the 3.5. In most places right now is where you're going to find it. In this one tonight, we'll have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Wayne, we always do with Wayne. We kind of go about, let's get some opinion here on some of the NBA not covered on the show today, so I'll throw some games out at him here in just a second here. We'll be covering Nuggets and Pacers a little later. Jazz and Pelicans tonight. We're seeing the Pelicans going to be laying 6.5, 7, total sits 239.
Yeah, and I like Pelicans here. Just way too many points here. I know the Jazz, when they lose, and they lose on the road, they lose pretty big, but they've also been winning on the road. I just like what their offense has been doing. I feel like they come in, they match up with the bigs of New Orleans pretty well. They will have to guard that perimeter, but Jazz sneakily having a good young bench backing them up. So I just think they have the depth to just stay in this game as in 6.5 is just too many. I think New Orleans possibly wins, but 6.5 is just too many for me to lay against the Jazz right here.
Portland, Oklahoma City, OKC laying 14, total 233.5.
Yeah, I like OKC here, man. Try to look Portland's way, but just can't do it, man. OKC's been playing solid at home. Not only do they play solid at home, they play solid against West Coast opponents. better in every form. Maybe some rebounding coming back with Aiden, but I just still think it's not enough. They got to be fully loaded to compete in this league. Guys like Sharp being out, they can give you 20 points. Whether Sharp is a starter or on the bench for them, he's still a valuable option. Just don't got enough for me to lay it with them against OKC here.
Battle of LA, Clippers and Lakers. Lakers are dogs here. Clippers now up to 9.5, total 234.5. No LeBron.
Tony, can you give me a small injury report?
Yes.
I like the Clippers at 8, and I still like them up to 10. So I like the Clippers at I love the Clippers at 8, but I like them up to 10 here. I think this is a 10-point win for them.
No Vincent, no James, and it looks like everybody else is in. Vanderbilt and Davis probably on the Clippers side. As you know, Zubac has been out. Diabate, the Frenchman, out there, and of course we'll probably see a lot of plummeting Thies there in the center position for Zubac.
Yeah, it was a close game last time against the Lakers at the Lakers. It was a solid game, but here in LA, I believe they get their revenge, and I believe they don't hold back on them tonight. I believe all these guys get loose on them. No LeBron always helps, and the role players that LA is missing. But I'm laying it here with LAC, man. They've been playing very good.
There you go, laying there here with the Clippers. And, of course, the Lakers in the last two games without LeBron resulted in 7-point losses. One was to Minnesota, one was to Utah on the road. And, of course, this is a road spot as well. They beat a bad team in Portland early by 6, and they lost to San Antonio by 3 on the road. Those were the 4 games without LeBron in the lineup. Seems like he missed more than those games, but he's only missed 4 of 44 this season. Now 5 of 44.
Yeah. That's not bad for Bron. It's definitely these veterans are definitely doing better with playing, and it helps the sport, man. Nobody wants to come to the games. I'll watch the games when these guys are sitting every night. So I'm glad these guys are playing more minutes. I know it's tough on them. I know they want to take certain nights off, but I'm just glad that we're not seeing this injury report is not as bad.
Dodgers had James Paxton, 1 year, $11 million. So Paxton will be pitching for a contract for next season. So the Dodgers continue to add another pitcher there, Paxton, the lefty in LA.
Hey man, they're stacking them up, man. Shohei, Paxton. I mean, hey, Dodgers getting right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Kershaw. But Paxton in for 1 year, $11 million. All right, the Syracuse is the play here from Wayne. Let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. NBA on the board tonight. We got lots of college hoops action on the ice. Wayne doing great work in college basketball this season. 557 units of profit, also showing great profit over the last 7 days. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, straight college basketball for me today. 4 plays. I have a 3-pack, and I have my best bet. I am 8-1 in my last 9 best bets in college basketball. Started out a little slow, getting rolling. Reading the board well, seeing the teams I'm staying on them, and getting hot. So you want to pick up my best bet for college basketball. It's on the site, or you can get my 3-pack. All those games start at 7. I'm a 7 o'clock 3-pack for you guys. You can also catch me long term. That'll get you on these bets early, get you extra bets, and get the rolling. Sorry.
That's right. Hit rolling. Get on board here with Wayne Scott over at Pick.com. Great results from Wayne. 557 units of profit, college hoops. Great results last 7 days. Been no better time than to get the long-term pass. Remember that 1 month pass covers the remainder of the NFL playoffs, including Super Bowl, all the hockey, all the NBA, all the college hoops. With all these sports overlapping, that 1 month pass, a very good value there. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But, of course, you also produce a video series here at Pick Dogs with your boxing series.
Yes, sir. Boxing series. Need to get on that a little bit more, definitely with these cards that are going to be coming up. But the fights had to be made. It's been a little slow, but we got some big ones coming up. So I'll definitely be dropping that soon. Definitely that Fury and Usyk.
There you go, guys. So keep an eye out for Wayne when he drops those videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them right away. All right, Wayne, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, Tony T, appreciate you for having me. All right, Pick Dog fan, good luck with all your best tonight. Get it.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the drive to. Let's continue on here on the show. We'll bring in Rod Zawacky here. I'll just I got a game starting here about let's see here, 10 after the hour. So I'll just drop in my pick here real quick here. 1 second, I got to move the change a little bit here for you guys. We'll be on the Pacers here plus the 4 against the Nuggets tonight. That'll be my pick on the show, plus the 4. All right, let's continue on here. We'll talk a little bit about it following Rod's segment. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Rod in right now. I think we're ready to go. Some NHL talk. We talked about that Sharks game yesterday. We're back in action tonight. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much. Just getting ready for tonight's action. Loaded card. We got hockey. We got college hoops. Some NBA. I'm excited.
Yep, excited for the card tonight. Lots of good action. We go to the Rangers and Sharks here. Sharks, we were kind of joking about that yesterday. We were questioning, of course, we didn't think the Kings were a $4 favorite. Rod liked them. I think the puck line there with the Sharks didn't need the puck line to get the win right up. But if you held a money line on those Sharks, man, that 2-minute mark, that delay of game, that the goalie shot the puck over the glass, you would have been really pissed.
You all of a sudden you would be going happy guy to going, oh no, we're gonna choke this away. Wish I would have taken the puck line. I took the puck line. I wasn't taking the risk. I definitely didn't bet any money line sprinkle on the Sharks yesterday, but they got the job done. And here they are again facing the Rangers at home here, back-to-back spot.
Yeah.
In this one, tough one for the Sharks, I think.
Yep, tough one for the Sharks. Rangers. Yeah, Rangers going to lay a big one. 359. We see a total at 6.
Yeah, you look at this one here, and it's a lot. It's a lot again. You look at the Sharks just got themselves a win. They battled the Rangers earlier this season in New York. It was 6-5 the final, and that one Rangers were minus 400 favorites in that contest, and it ended up a 1-goal game. So it could be a 1-goal game here again. Probably. I kind of wouldn't mind the plus 1.5 here with the Sharks, but I think as we've seen 11 goals in the first meeting, I don't think we see that here. You look at these offenses recently over the last 10 games, and they've been struggling. Sharks struggled all year, actually. They're offensively averaging 2.08 goals a game, so barely getting 2 a game for the Sharks scoring. And offensively, Rangers have been struggling to light the lamp. That's why they've been losing and slumping. They're averaging 2.8 goals a game over their last 10, and it's not going to get the job done. I think first of 3 wins this one, back-to-back for the Sharks here. I think the plus 1.5 is in play. I think this is 3-2. Rangers win it.
All right, Rod here on Rangers Sharks to go under total here of 6 goals in the late night game tonight over in San Jose here. And of course, Rod, looking at this one, I guess we can now. The goalie confirmation is it's not going to be quick. It's Shishkin in here for New York Rangers against Blackwood here for the San Jose Sharks. Your thoughts here on Blackwood?
My shot, Blackwood hasn't been good all season long, right? Both goalies, you look at Shesterkin, he's struggled as well this season. He's had his ups and downs. But for me, whether the angle, like I said, even with Blackwood in goal and Shesterkin, those two are going to look like the Vezina winning candidates tonight. The way those offenses have not been lighting the lamp, as I said. Rangers 2.8 goals a game over the last 10. Sharks average 2.08 goals a game. So 2-2. Someone wins this 3-2.
There
we
you
can
go.
see overtime again. Like it was 6-5 last time. I don't think we get as many goals as we've seen in that one in the first meeting, because you look head to head and mostly 2-1, 3-2, 3-0, 1-0, 3-2. Those were so that one was one Alamany blip out of the previous 6. All been lower scoring, so take the under.
Yeah, they've been getting a little bit of defense. The Sharks team, the Kings didn't have a lot of good chances against that Shark goalie. I mean, that's one thing I noticed is that they got a little tighter defensively. The San Jose Shark team.
This Sharks team has definitely has tightened it up defensively since they got whooped 10. Since they gave up 10-10, that was an embarrassment to them, and they hasn't even come close to giving up anything like those back-to-back nights they gave up 10-10, where it was like, ooh, I think they were embarrassed. That was you're a professional hockey player, even making league minimum. You gotta come give it every night. There's a guy behind you who's ready, who will give it even more behind you if you're not going to, and you want to give up 10. Ooh.
I'll say the Rangers
in the next up level that'll come in and be like, hey, I'll give it 200%. I won't give up that many goals. I'll play defense. So
Rangers defense has been good here. A lot of as you said, a lot of twos, ones up there of late. Yeah, that's
2-1, 2-1, 3-2. It's like
looking at a tight game
yeah.
tonight. All right, Rod, we're hitting the witching hour. Let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight's action. We'll get some bonus in a little bit here. Rod doing great work here. 1,956 units of profit last 30 days. What do you have going over at the site?
And over at Pick Dog Streaming tonight, I got my 10-star college basketball play of the day. 14-8 run with the last 18 college basketball premiums. That's my top play on the board there. I also got my NHL sniper play of the day, or I've got my 2+1, which is 2 college basketball plays that include the play of the day, plus my solo play on the in the NBA action tonight. Been up units in all sports, NHL, NBA, college basketball. So jump aboard. As you can see, we've been hot to kick off 2024. We're going to continue it tonight with those selections. Love them. Let's continue to crush the books. Continue to stack the units in 2024.
Your units stacked together here with Rod Zawacky. He's been on absolute fire here the last 30 days. For the year, 1,756 units of profit. Rod has been on a tear here. Get on board. Remember that 1 month pass gets the entire remainder of the NFL playoffs, including Super Bowl, all that hockey, all that college hoops, all that NBA right now, all these sports overlapping. Better time. You get the long-term pass. 1 month all sports pass. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Rod's bonus selection for today.
My bonus selections for today, we did pretty good in the college hoops that we did yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a couple there that came in. Well, I got a couple more. We're looking at this Purdue taking on Michigan here tonight. And, man, is that like a giant spread. You know what? I think they're begging you to take Michigan. Michigan stinks. This Michigan, hey, they won the national championship. The other Michigan, ooh, not so good. Yikes. I know Purdue hasn't been great at covering these big numbers. They cover that big number tonight. I love it. I took the extended line. Minus 19.5. They pound Michigan. They just clobber them in that one. Minus 19.5 plus 120. I know it's down to at least 17.5. Some places have 17. If you can't get that extended line, but I like the extended. I think they win by 20. Purdue stomps Michigan in that one. And then the other one I like, you see Xavier taking on Creighton.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at Creighton, and they struggled the last time. They went to triple overtime before they got the job done. Did Creighton, so everybody's figuring, oh, here comes Xavier. Nah, I don't think so. Not so fast. This Creighton team is good. They're gonna bounce back tonight, and I think they win by 15. So I took the extended line at Creighton minus 10.5 plus 110. I parlayed those up, and you got a nice plus 120 plus 110. Bet them singly if you would like, but I parlayed those two up. I think that's the two tonight.
I couldn't get there with Air Force. I saw that early this morning. The big sharp move at the sharpest book in the world. Everybody was 12.5, and the sharpest book in the world was 11 with UNLV putting their money on UNLV against Air Force. I know in the past UNLV's had trouble with this style from Air Force. This Air Force team just doesn't look to me, man. I had trouble. I know all the money is. I know people were gobbling up those 12.5s to get the line now at 11 everywhere. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. I would lay it with UNLV there. I think they are the better team. I'm not taking all that boatload of books. UNLV is not a bad team. Remember the start of the year, they didn't look so good. They had a couple there where they were not looking good, and they've slowly got better. And that's another one that looks like they're begging you. Here you go, take the 12.5. No, I don't want it. And the other one I think, as you said before, I like NIU. I gave it out on Twitter. I think NIU is going to give Toledo fits tonight. I think it's a closer game. I think Toledo wins it by, but it comes down last second buck.
There you go. One game I'll be looking at.
5.5. That 5.5 hasn't budged all day. I think since last night, it's still 5.5, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That thing hasn't budged all day at all. That means the book's happy where they're sitting. That means they're exactly happy. They're like, hey, take NIU plus the 5.
That was the mover from 4 to 4.5. I think the game that's really intriguing here is this Houston at BYU. Houston is sitting. Now we're seeing money on a late move here on Houston to 2 at the sharpest book in the world, 2.5 everywhere else. That was kind of the move here to take BYU plus the points. It was Houston minus 3 at the open, minus 2.5, sharpest book in the world, now minus 2 in that game.
Minus 2 in that game, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at Houston on the road, hasn't been good.
Yeah.
Houston on the road, 0-3? 0-3 against the number as well so far this season. I'm kind of leaning Houston to bounce back against BYU in that one. That would be my lean.
That would be the lean. Yeah,
I
that one's.
think so.
Yeah, because
It just looks like that line is too. That line looks. Houston should be minus 4, -5. I think as a favorite in that one. BYU is a tough place to go play, and everybody's looking at Houston. So I think everybody's jumping on BYU. Someone's going to get past
home court. The home court. Yeah, they look at that BYU home court advantage there. It's tough. So these Big 12 teams going in there.
It's tough. Yeah, and that line is with such a split. It's low, right? It's I don't know. I think it's you're getting value with Houston on that line.
Well, if you're Billy Wagner, you're kind of upset. You missed the Hall of Fame by 1.2%. He had 73.8. Sheffield missed 63.9. Andrew Jones 61.6. But in Beltray 95% votes. Helton 80%. Joe Mauer just got in 76.1.
Just got in. I seen that. Yeah, just got in. Yeah.
Beltray lasted a long time. I remember when he was with the Dodgers.
He did.
Couldn't hit. He was a great defender, but just couldn't get that batting average high enough to stay there.
No. He was definitely a defender and did well that way. But he tried. He battled to get that batting average up there. Just couldn't get there.
Yep.
Definitely he battled. He tried.
No doubt about that. I know a lot of people.
Participation ribbon.
Someone's kind of, of course, too, with Helton being at the Colorado Rockies for 17 years, right?
Right?
That's something. All right, Rod. Let everybody know. We found out we have a Pink Dog Spin. Let everybody know about your video series, and you'll be hard at work getting those hockey videos up.
Yeah, definitely a bunch more hockey tomorrow. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified when the newest content drops here at Pink Dogs, and you can get the best of that. So definitely check out those hockey videos. We got 7 hockey tomorrow. I even got a parlay video for you tomorrow as well.
Nice.
We got one for tonight as well. It's archived, so definitely go check that out as we jump aboard the hockey. I seen somebody asking for hockey. Yeah, I've covered every game from A to Z on the board. Those videos are archived. Go check it out. You would even get it if you check out Ruffalo's opinion on the wraparound too, so you can get 2 of us. See if we're butting heads. Usually, if we agree on something, it's usually been money. Nice. So definitely go check it out.
Puck dogs. That's right. We separate the puck dogs, separate cages. We can't.
Didn't have time. Yeah, I know. We get into and then we battle, and then videos take like 4 or 5 hours long, and it's just like we just couldn't fit it in. So we found this way to do it. But I did all the videos. Chris does the
wrap. Get more picks in that way.
Still, yeah, we get more. You get more picks for you guys this way, and maybe a little less scrapping, but that's okay.
That's all right. The weekend time. They're all lathered up for the weekend. They put them out of the cages. They put them back in the cages on the weekend.
I put it back in the cage, right?
That's to get the puck dogs. All right, Rod. Have a great night. Get those videos, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely. Good luck with your bets, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive to. Let's transition now to the recap because you got my pick. We started off here with Alex. Alex liked the Knicks. Lay the 3.5 here against the Nets. Damian said South Carolina here plus 5.5 against Kentucky. Shane on Nebraska, lay the 4 in Ohio State. Wayne was on Syracuse here, lay the 3.5 against Florida State. Rod here's Rangers Sharks under 6. I'll be here on the Pacers plus 4 against the Nuggets. Let me see if that's still at the plus 4 price. I know Halliburton's out, but he's the only one out. So I'm okay with the rest of the cast there for the Pacers. I would be more concerned if there were cluster injuries on Indiana, but with just Halliburton out, I'm still okay taking those 4 points. Matter of fact, it's now up to 5. Wow, 5 points now on the on this Nuggets team. This can tip it off here in about a couple of minutes from now. But again, it really comes down to the fact of the Nuggets' performance on the road. And we know Indiana's been a really good home team. And again, I know Halliburton's out, but no one else is. So that's really is the case there for me to look at taking those. Man, now 5 points, huh? Wow. No, not Nuggets laying 5 on the road. No, thank you, man. Not against this Indiana team. No, again, if they had another starter out, man, this probably wouldn't have been a pick on the show. But I got Nembhard and Hield, Nesmith, Siakam, and Turner as my starting 5 for Indiana. And I've got coming off the bench here. You got to look at the bench now in this NBA. Off the bench, I like Benedict Mathurin. Mathurin can light it up. TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin in there. So I've got some scoring coming off the bench, so I'm okay with that here with the Pacers plus the 4. All right, that's going to do it here. Here on this edition here of the drive-thru. I think we had to get the numbers up there again here. 5 points. Yep, that's where it's at right now. 5 total 237. So the money's going against me, but I don't care. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Drive 2. Guys, let me know who you like the best, right? We got the plays here, so tell us who you guys like the best. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive 2. Make sure you guys tune in to get tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll get what your plays for in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We got 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We got Mitch. We got Chris. We got Jay. Of course, don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool Show. We got also Chris with his wraparound NHL. Of course, we got our man Mitch with 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool Show. His roundtable with the professionals. Also with Jay's NBA and NFL jam session rundown style. Ron Romanelli with his college basketball rundown, bank shot breakdown from our man Romanelli. Also Rod Zawacky, A to Z, NHL, every pick on the board from the NHL as well as a parlay. Also, we've got our man Wayne Scott with his boxing series up here over at Pick Dogs. Lots and lots of content from the guys. And we can't forget as well Nick Mencken, first half NBA. Of course, Costi with his sharp trading plays. Big Al McMorty with his all access. The contrarian plays from our man Brian Bittler here as well. Mills with his UFC rundown as well as his prop shop video for you here. Dana Lane all against the public here from our man Dana Lane. So lots of great content, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us so you get the plays as they're dropped into YouTube and get the best numbers. All right, I'd love to thank everybody in the chat today. Our man Blake was with us. Mims in there as well. Peter Coppola, good afternoon to you as well. Ramon in there as well. The Penny Lean. Blake likes the Knicks in there, 3.5. Our man Ratachi in here again. Mike in there as well. Let's see here. We got Penger Light likes the Knicks as well. Ramon is going to be on the Sharks under with Rod. Our man Matt D, he likes the Rangers under again. And who else we have in here as well with the picks? Shout out to Lando in there as well. Let's see what we got here from Lando coming in. A lot. Best bet is going to be Dallas Stars, Detroit Red Wings over 1.5 minus 150 first period there from our man Lando 86. Also a beer money bet. Also ATS looks like anytime goal here from Thomas Hartley plus 600 here from our man Lando 86. That's a beer money bet, but he liked the Stars and Detroit Red Wings over 1.5. First period was his play there. All right, let's see what else we got here. Our man Matt D in there as well. Let's see anybody else coming in here with some stuff. Raven Ron liking the Rangers money line. That's a big number there, Raven Ron. You're laying 359 here, Rangers money line. I don't know. Let's see what else we've got here. Of course, EL comes in LA to win. Yeah, LA Clippers or LA Lakers. And our man, let's see what else we got here. It looks like our man J-Man likes Oklahoma laying the 4.5, and the Thunder Buddies as well. So thanks everybody for joining us here on the show. Let's see what else we got here. I think we got everyone covered here. All right, Nicholas Handy, shout out to you as well. Andy Edelson. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. each time. So join us on the show. So let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, and we'll catch up with you again.